A simile is a figure of speech that makes a comparison showing similarities between two different things using like or as.
An example of a simile is she sings like an angel. It uses the word like according to the definition.
A metaphor is a word or phrase for one thing that is used to refer to another thing in order to show or suggest that they are similar.
An example of a metaphor is life is a roller coaster, because it compares things without using like or as.
Imagery is language that causes people to imagine pictures in their mind.
An example of imagery is the golden yellow sunlight filtered down through the pale new leaves on the oak trees. The describing words are the golden yellow, pale, and new.
Symbolism is the use of symbols to express or represent ideas or qualities in literature.
An example of symbolism is that hearts represent love.
Anaphora is the repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of a sentence.
An example of anaphora is, I'm sick and tired of you letting me down. I'm sick and tired of you making me mad. I'm sick and tired of you doing silly things. The repetition of I'm sick and tired is what makes it anaphora.
Alliteration is the occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words.
An example of alliteration is Sally sells seashells by the seashore. The repetition of the S sound is what makes it alliteration.
Personification is the attribution of a personal nature or human characteristics to something non-human.
An example of personification is Rita heard the last piece of pie calling her name. It is personification because pies cannot actually speak.
An allegory is a story, poem, or picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, typically a moral or political one.
An example of an allegory is, in the play The Crucible, the Salem witch trials is an allegory for McCarthyism in the 1950s. People thought that everyone was a witch in the Salem witch trials, and during McCarthyism, people thought that everyone were communists.
Simile, metaphor, imagery, symbolism, anaphora, alliteration, personification, and allegory are few of the many forms of figurative language you can use to annotate a poem.